December for you, Aries, is not just the end of the year. It's a moment of inner examination, when fate seems to put a mirror right in front of you and invites you to look into it without fear. Not to judge you, but to show you how far you've come. This is a month when you shouldn't rush forward mindlessly. Everything you do now will have consequences, and how you spend this month will determine what the whole next year will be like. The biggest mistake of December is haste. You may feel that time is running out, that you need to accomplish, prove, or fix something before it's too late. But December does not tolerate rushing. It is a month for slow and thoughtful decision-making. If you start acting out of irritation or a desire to finish everything at once, you may ruin what could still be saved. Stop and look around. You have already achieved a lot. Now, the important thing is not to take a step forward, but to take a pause. This month demands mindfulness. It's as if it's testing your inner maturity. Can you remain silent when you want to shout, wait when you want to act, and let go when everything inside you resists? Don't do anything in December that comes from pain. Don't make decisions if they're dictated by resentment. Don't go back to places where everything is already clear. You don't owe explanations to those who don't want to understand. December is a month of internal closure. When you gather your energy back, all those pieces you've given to people, tasks, conversations, now you need to take them back. Not because you've become selfish, but because without this, you can't move forward. Your strength lies in your ability to burn, but now you need to learn to be the fire that warms, not the fire that scorches. This is what December will teach you. You may feel tired. You may want to give up on everything. But this is not weakness. It's a signal that it's time to change your rhythm. If you don't give yourself time to breathe out, your body will force you to stop. In December, you cannot ignore your state. You cannot pretend that everything is okay. If you feel empty inside, at least be honest with yourself. If you are tired, admit it. If you've lost interest, don't force yourself to continue. If you feel that you no longer want to fight, allow yourself to rest. This is not defeat. This is the beginning of recovery. December seems to erase old outlines. You are no longer the same as you were in spring, no longer the same as you were fighting in summer, and not the same as you were doubting in autumn. Now you are a purer version of yourself, quieter but wiser. You have realized a lot, but have not managed to let go of everything yet. That's why December can be hard. It's as if it squeezes out the last remnants of what is no longer needed. And if old feelings, old thoughts, old fears arise in these days, don't be surprised. It's not the return of the past. It's saying goodbye to it. Don't fight this. Just observe. Let everything that no longer resonates go. Don't try to prove that you are strong. Strength is not about not feeling pain, but about not letting pain control you. In December, it's especially important not to engage in conflicts. Any quarrels in this month will drain your energy for months ahead. If you feel that a conversation is starting to heat up, step away. Not because you are weak, but because you are wise. Everything that is happening now will have its continuation in January. If you choose calm in December, January will bring clarity. If you choose irritation, January will bring losses. Your inner world is like thin ice right now. You can stand on it if you move carefully, but if you stomp too hard, you risk falling through into old patterns. Your task is to move gently. This month, you cannot argue with fate. If something isn't working out, it means it's meant to leave. If someone is drifting away, it means that connection has served its purpose. If a plan falls apart, it means space is being made for something new. Don't hold on. Don't try to fix what is asking to be finished. In December, The energy of completion is especially strong. The universe is literally clearing the space around you. And if you try to resist, it will hurt. But if you allow it, yes, it will be easy. What matters now is not what you lose, but what is being freed. And believe me, Aries, you are losing nothing in vain. Every no in this month is protection. Every closed window is a storm diverted. Every disappointment is a release from illusions. You simply do not see the whole picture, but fate does, and it takes care of you, even when it seems to be destroying things. December is particularly sensitive to what you say. Your words this month have the energy of actions. What is spoken in irritation may return as an obstacle, and what is said with kindness will bring unexpected results, even if it feels right now that you haven't been heard. That's why the first recommendation for December is, don't speak when you are tired. Silence these days will be wiser than any explanation. If a conversation starts to escalate, stop. Don't seek the last word. You may win the argument, but lose respect, connection, and peace. And peace is more valuable right now. December tests Aries through people. Someone from the past may return. Someone new may appear unexpectedly. And your reaction will determine the direction of the future. If you respond with irritation, you will repeat an old cycle. If you restrain yourself, you will open something new. Don't make decisions based on emotion. Don't say, "That's it, I'm leaving," or "I don't care," if deep down that isn't true. Words in December are like seeds. If you sow with anger, you'll reap chaos. If you sow warmly, you'll receive support. This is a month when everything spoken carries weight. Even a simple yes or no can change the course of events. So before you promise anything, think, are you ready to fulfill it? Don't promise what you're not sure of. The universe remembers every word. Don't complain, don't blame, and don't tell everyone your plans. December is not a time for loud statements. It's a time for quiet action. Sometimes silence helps more than any kind of defense. Let people think what they want. Let them speak. You know the truth, and that's enough. If you feel that someone close to you is draining your energy, gently draw away without offense. In December, it is especially important to protect your own space. Not everyone who smiles comes with good intentions. Not everyone who gives praise speaks sincerely. You will intuitively feel who is genuine and who is not. Trust yourself. You don't need to explain why you are distancing yourself. Just keep your distance. In December, you shouldn't let those who do not bring light into your soul, even if they are close to you. Sometimes fate cleanses your environment exactly this way, through mild conflicts or through fatigue from communication. This is not a punishment, it is a filtering. Do not try to save anyone. Don't pull up those who don't want to move forward themselves. Their path is not your responsibility. If you waste your energy fighting other people's battles, you may have none left for your own. In December, you will feel other people's pain acutely. Aries are generous by nature. They often take on more than they should. But now it's important to maintain your boundaries. You cannot heal everyone. You can only not allow anyone to destroy your peace. If someone tries to make you feel guilty, it's a test. You don't owe anyone anything. Not explanations, not excuses, not a second chance. You have the right to choose yourself. The middle of December may bring you a meeting with someone who will be a mirror for you. This person will show you how much you have changed. You will notice that you react differently, that you don't get caught up in old emotions, that you can simply smile and let go. This is a sign of your soul's maturity. In December, don't try to return to the past. Don't write to those you tried to forget. Don't open old doors, even if you feel bored. These doors are closed for a reason. If you open them, you won't find love, but an old script. Your task is not to look back, but to move forward without a second glance. And if this month you feel the urge to prove your point to someone, don't do it. Truth does not need defending. It simply exists. December's energy for Aries is like a mirror. Everything you send out is instantly reflected back. Speak with irritation, and you will get a response in the same vibration. Speak with gratitude, and you will receive help. Therefore, do not complain, even in your thoughts. Do not say, "Nothing works out for me." Do not use words like difficult, scary. No one understands. It's all in vain. These words create a vortex. You are strong not because you never fall, but because you get up every single time. In December, the universe especially hears those who speak from the heart. If you want to change something, don't talk about the problem, talk about the solution. Don't say, "I can't." Say, "I am looking for a way." Don't say, "I am afraid." Say, "I am open to the new." Your voice is an instrument of fate, and how you use it determines what kind of world begins to form around you. This is a time when silence is stronger than words, and calmness is stronger than any action. This December tests not your strength, but your wisdom. Sometimes refraining from action is harder than taking action. But what matters now is not how many steps you take, but where they will lead you. There are a few things you absolutely must not do in December if you want to preserve your energy and enter the new year without losses. First, do not return to places where an ending has already happened. December is not for revisiting the past. It is a month for closing chapters. And if you try to resurrect what has died, you are pouring your energy into a place with no future. Destiny is speaking very simply right now. Do not touch what is left on its own. If a person, a situation, or a place drifts away, it is a sign that their time in your life is over. You are not obliged to hold on to everything that was once important. Sometimes, you must let go even of good things if they have stopped growing with you. Second, do not act from a place of resentment. Everything you do with pain in your heart will later return to you as exhaustion and irritation. Resentments now are like anchors. They keep you from rising higher. If someone has hurt you, do not retaliate. If you are not understood, do not prove your point. If betrayed, do not seek revenge. Every word spoken in anger has weight in December. It is better to stay silent and let go. Not for the other person, but for yourself. You must preserve your energy. It is your most valuable asset right now. Third, do not complain. Complaint is a surrender of your own power. When you say, "I can't manage," it's as if you are giving fate a command. Leave everything as it is. But December expects something different from you. Confidence, even if it's quiet. Even when it's hard, say, "I will handle this." Even when it hurts, say, "I am healing." Even when nothing is clear, say, "I trust life." Your words are now shaping future events. Be mindful of every single one. Fourth, do not compare yourself with others. This month will show you who is walking their own path and who is still living by others' expectations. If you keep looking back at the successes of others, you will lose your own pace. Not everyone walks the same road, and not everyone is meant to arrive at the same place. Your path is neither worse nor better. It is simply yours. And in that lies its strength. Fifth, do not cling to control. If everything around you is crumbling, it means it is meant to be. Sometimes order returns only after chaos. And if in December, fate takes away what is familiar, it is not a punishment, but a liberation. Try not to interfere. Do not attempt to manage every event. Give the world a chance to reveal itself. You will be surprised at how everything begins to fall into place on its own. If you stop controlling everything, you will not lose anything that is truly yours. And everything that leaves because space is needed for the new. Sixth, do not forget about your body. December drains energy from those who do not rest. You may feel fatigue, drowsiness, or irritability. These are signals that it is time to recover. You cannot move forward if you do not replenish yourself. Fatigue is not weakness. It is a necessity for a reset. It is as if December is teaching us. To take action, you must know how to stop. Allow yourself a day of silence, without people, without tasks, without the hustle. Just be. You will see how, after this, everything becomes simpler. Solutions will come on their own. Words will be found without effort, and situations will begin to unfold in your favor. And lastly, do not doubt yourself. This energy has always destroyed everything you tried to build. December does not tolerate hesitation. If you've made a decision, go for it. If you feel something, trust it. If your heart prompts you, listen. Doubt is a signal from the universe that you are not ready to accept the gift. And December is generous. It gives only to those who are internally ready. Do not be afraid to move at your own pace, even if it seems that nobody understands. You are not meant to be understood. You are meant to be yourself. December is a test of maturity for you. Do not do what destroys your peace. Do not go back to the old. Do not say too much. Do not take what isn't yours. Do not postpone what's needed. If you go through this month consciously, the next year will become a breakthrough. It feels as if fate is now watching whether Aries has learned to be calm in the fire. When you start to realize that December is not an enemy, but an ally, everything becomes clearer. You see that it doesn't take away, but liberates. That those who have left have simply fulfilled their role. That the situations which seemed difficult were just turns of fate, leading you to where the light is brighter. Everything that is happening now is necessary to prepare for a new cycle. This month does not require outward actions. It requires actions within. It's like a major cleanup of the soul before the new year. Take an honest look at what in your life is unnecessary, not just things or people, but also thoughts. Which ideas no longer work? Which feelings have long been exhausted? Which goals no longer resonate? December gives a rare chance to see all this, but it won't make the choice for you. It will only show you where the truth is and where the illusion lies. If at the beginning of the month you felt tired, then by the middle, a special clarity arrives. You start to realize that everything truly important is already near, and there is no need to run, search, or prove anything. You simply need to learn to be. The silence of December may seem unusual, but it is in this very silence that strength is born. Everything you are not doing right now is working for you. This is not inactivity. It is alignment with the flow of fate. If you get the feeling that life has slowed down, that nothing is happening, do not be afraid. This is not stagnation. It is the accumulation of energy, like before the dawn, when it seems that the night will never end, but the light is already close. In December, you should not rush events. If nothing is changing right now, it means you need to learn patience. If something isn't moving forward, the moment just hasn't come yet. And when it does, everything will happen quickly and effortlessly. You are a fire sign. Your impulse is to act. But December is teaching you the other side of strength. Patience, observation, waiting. This is not weakness, but maturity. You must allow life to reveal its intentions. Not everything depends on your efforts. Sometimes, you just need to give space and time for things to realign. If, during these days, signs come to you, do not ignore them. Words overheard by chance, meetings that seem accidental, thoughts that suddenly surface. All of these are hints. They appear when you are ready to understand them. Pay special attention to your dreams. In December, the boundary between the subconscious and the conscious becomes thin. What comes to you in dreams is not just a coincidence. These are the answers you have been waiting for. You may see people with whom you have unresolved connections. Do not try to bring them back. Just let them go in your mind. Say, "I thank you," and let you go. And feel how it becomes lighter. This month, every farewell is a cleansing. You are not losing. You are creating space for what is truly yours. If there is something you have long wanted to say, do it calmly and without blame. Do not hold your words inside, but do not speak them out of irritation either. Let every word be kind, even if it is a goodbye. The middle of December opens up a new feeling gratitude. Even if it is still painful, even if not everything is clear, yet, try to thank life for its lessons. This shifts energy from destruction to creation. Gratitude is the key. It changes the direction of everything it touches. When you give thanks, you stop being a victim. You become a creator. Everything that once seemed unfair begins to make sense, and you start to understand why it all happened. What you once called a loss, in fact, turned out to be protection. What you called a mistake became experience. What seemed like a defeat was actually preparation for a future victory. December is a mirror in which you see not your outer life, but your inner world. Look into it calmly, without criticism, without regret, without judgment. You did everything you could with what you knew and with the strength you had at that moment, and that is enough. Now fate is offering you a new beginning, but it cannot give it to you if you are still holding on to the past. That's why, in these days, do not try to fix what is no longer needed. Do not try to bring back what is left. Do not save those who do not want to be saved. Focus on yourself, on your body, your peace, your thoughts. Every day, clear your space. In your room, on your phone, in your mind. You will notice how, along with this, the energy around you begins to change. Aries, you often saved others, but December asks you to save yourself, not out of pride, but out of love. This is the time when you become a source. Do not look for light outside of yourself. You are the light. When a person stops struggling with what must come to an end, life begins to flow more gently. You can already feel it, can't you? The air around you seems purer. Events stop pressing down on you. People who once made you anxious no longer affect you. You begin to sense that everything that happened before was necessary. Every time you fell, fate lifted you, just in a different way. In December, this energy becomes visible. You start to notice that what once hindered you now helps you, and what seemed like a dead end has become a path. You see connections you never noticed before. December works through signs. It sends them quietly, not loudly. You might overhear an accidental phrase, read a line in a book, or meet a person who says just one sentence. And in that will be the answer you've been searching for. This is not a coincidence. It is life speaking to you. You are becoming so sensitive to these signals that you start to feel where the truth is and where there is only noise. Intuition grows stronger, and if you listen to it, it will lead you to important decisions. Some Aries will feel sudden inspiration in December, as if a second wind has opened up, and an idea will come that previously seemed impossible. It may be connected to work, creativity, or relationships, but the most important thing is that it will bring meaning back to your life. Do not brush it aside. Do not say, later. If it resonates within you, it means it is important. Fate does not simply send you an idea unless you are ready to bring it to life. Everything that is coming to you now is arriving right on time. You might notice more light appearing around you. This is not a metaphor, it's a real feeling. When you stop living in fear, life stops responding with fear. Now, every day will remind you, everything you went through wasn't in vain. Your efforts were not wasted. Everything you have accumulated inside is beginning to work for you. Even if you cannot yet see the results, they are already forming. Life is quietly building them, step by step. By the end of the month, you will understand that it was not chaos, but creation. Your energy starts to return. You become stronger, calmer, and more confident. Your body stops feeling heavy. Your thoughts become clearer. You'll feel as if a weight has been lifted from your shoulders. This is liberation. But along with it comes new responsibility. The responsibility to use your strength wisely. Now, everything you do will have greater meaning. Your actions, words, even thoughts, all will multiply. If you radiate kindness, life will begin to answer you with gentleness. If you once again allow irritation to take charge, life will quickly show you a mirrored response. It's simple. December is a month of mirrors. It doesn't punish or reward. It simply reflects. That's why it's important not to do anything out of emotion. Even if someone provokes you, remain neutral. Don't respond with sharpness. Don't argue. Don't get involved in other people's dramas. If someone leaves, let them go. If someone returns, listen to yourself, not your emotions. If fate gives you a chance, accept it calmly. You may feel that you are ready for more inside, and it's true. You have grown, and now life is ready to trust you with more. This applies to everything: work, relationships, and your purpose. You will start to see a wider perspective, and what once seemed like a limit will become just the beginning. The middle of December seems to open doors, the very doors that were closed for so long. You used to knock, and now you just walk through, because the time has come. This will feel calm, without fireworks, but deep down, you'll know that something has truly shifted. Everything that once wouldn't come together starts to fall into place on its own. People you haven't spoken to in a long time suddenly reach out, and it's not a coincidence. Projects that were postponed begin to move forward, and even old ideas suddenly find their meaning. This is not an accident, it's a reward. But to keep this energy, there is just one thing you must do. Don't return to old thinking. Don't expect trouble. Don't doubt the good. Don't look for a catch. Don't devalue what comes to you. Many Aries don't believe that everything can be simple. It feels to them that there is always a price to pay for the light. But sometimes, life simply says, "Thank you," with no strings attached. Accept this. Allow yourself joy without fear, love without defenses, and luck without expectations. This is your time, and fate will act quickly if it senses that you are no longer resisting. You may notice that in these days, the atmosphere around you begins to change. Even the air at home will feel different. You no longer feel the heaviness. That means the old has finally left. Now, as your energy begins to shift, the most important thing is not to lose it. When life finally comes into balance, many people tend to rush, to hurry, to grab onto everything at once. But December is not about speed, it's about stability. Right now, your strength is not in your actions, but in your presence. It's not in what you do, but in how you do it. It's not in the number of decisions, but in the quality of your state of being. Life will not test you with difficulties, but with silence. The real test is whether you can maintain your peace when nothing is happening, whether you can keep your faith when everything seems calm, whether you can avoid looking for proof that everything is going right. These days are like a thin line. You're no longer where you were, but not yet where you will be. This is a transition, and you need to go through it with trust. December says, don't rush. Let everything reveal itself on its own. You have done enough. Now, let life make a step toward you. Start each morning with gratitude, not for anything specific, but simply for the chance to be. Gratitude preserves energy, while complaining destroys it. If you feel tired, rest. This is not a sign of weakness, it's part of the path. You can't carry light if you've burned yourself out. Try to spend more time in silence, without news, without noise, without other people's words. In silence, you hear your intuition, and in December, it is your main guide. If you start to feel anxious, remember that everything is under the control of a higher plan. You may not know how tomorrow will turn out, but you can be sure it will turn out as it should. This is trust. December will teach you to act, not out of fear, but from a place of calm. You no longer have to prove anything to anyone. You simply exist, and that's enough. Everything you need will come to you. Everything you do not need will leave. This is a moment of inner maturity. You become the master of your own state of being, and when this happens, the world begins to obey you. There is no longer a need to struggle. You have learned to flow. As December comes to an end, you suddenly realize that much has changed, even though, outwardly, it seems as if nothing has happened. These are true changes, the ones that begin not on the outside, but within. You have become different, calmer, more mature, more attentive to yourself and to life. Now, it is not so easy to throw you off balance because you have understood the most important thing. The world reflects your inner state. If there is silence within, everything around you also comes into alignment. If there is faith within, even the toughest circumstances begin to turn in your favor. December was not just a month, it became a milestone. Through it, you are stepping into a new part of your journey. The way you moved through this month will determine how the next year opens up for you. Those who went through December consciously, who did not give in to rush or fuss, who chose inner honesty instead of hurry, will receive special support. In the lives of such people, things will begin to happen that until recently seemed impossible. You will notice how events line up in remarkable ways, not because of luck, but because everything has fallen into place. Aries, your strength is not in storms, but in the light you carry. You are able to change the space around you. When you are calm, others calm down too. When you believe, those around you begin to believe as well. When you love, love returns to you. You are one of those signs through whom the world learns to act with courage. But courage is not always about battle. Sometimes courage is the ability to pause, take a breath, and allow life to run its course. You are a person of fire. But now, that fire has become gentler. It doesn't burn, it warms. December has made you purer. You have let go of many things, freed yourself from old expectations, and now the space around you is ready to welcome the new. Don't be afraid to move forward. Even if not everything is clear, even if your steps are unsteady, you are already heading in the right direction. Everything that was meant to leave has left. Everything that needs to stay will stay. And everything that is meant to come will arrive at the right time. In the new year, you will not recognize yourself in the best possible way. You will feel a lightness that you have never felt before. You will realize that you no longer need to prove yourself, to chase after things, or to struggle. Now, life will flow naturally. Everything that is yours will find its way to you. All the right people will appear. Every opportunity will arrive on time. Everything will fall into place. The most important thing is not to mentally return to the old, not even to good memories. Let the past stay in the past. Let the future be born free. Every morning, say to yourself, "I choose to live in the light." This simple phrase will change more than dozens of complicated practices. When a person chooses the light, life responds with light. Don't let fear come back. It will always knock on your door, but now you have a choice not to open it. You are strong, you are wise. You are no longer the person you were just a month ago. You have stepped out of the old circle and are now beginning a new one. This December was your test, and you have passed it. Not because everything was easy, but because you did not give up. You held on. Even when you had no strength, you kept moving forward, even when the path wasn't visible. Now life thanks you. May there be peace ahead. May there be light. May there be faith. You deserve peace. You deserve happiness. You deserve all the good things that are coming to you. If, as you read this, you felt a response within, then these words are not accidental. This is your sign. And if you feel that this text has helped you understand yourself a little better, write one word in the comments. I hear. Let this be your inner answer to the world. The world will hear you. And put a like, not for the numbers, but to thank fate for the journey you have made. Your light is visible, and it is only beginning to shine even brighter.